Hey everyone, Tony Ivanov here with another video lesson, and today I didn't place any trades today. Unfortunately, I had my internet out the whole morning until 15 minutes after the market opened, so I missed some morning plays, and I just didn't want to force anything just because I didn't have a clear picture of the market. I couldn't do anything pre-market, I couldn't do any scans, so I didn't want to force anything, so I just waited back. I stepped back and I missed one trade on ROKA. That would have been a very good entry. Let me just show you it right here. Let's just get right into this. ROKA. This was a very nice morning spike. It didn't have any news, as you can see on my equity feed scan. No news whatsoever, but it went up like 51%, $11.5 million of volume over like 13,853 trades. So very, very liquid, very, very volatile. You can see BONT, 93,000 trades. That's one that was also very volatile. We'll get into that though. I just want to talk about ROKA. So ROKA had no news, but it's a recent runner. If you go on the yearly chart, you can see just this month had a very big spike, had a gap up from 82 cents up to $1.21, and it spiked all the way up to $2.50. So it has very, very wide range. If it has the volume, as you can see, this day had massive volume. If it has the volume, then it can really run massively. This is from 86 cents to 250. That's over 300%. I think, no, 200%. I guess my math sucks, but still very, very nice move. So just go into today and look at the market open, see what happens. So at the market open, let me get the pre-market chart up. At pre-market, we didn't do anything pre-market whatsoever, but you can see yesterday the high of day was $1.23. Now keep that in mind. So yesterday the high of day was $1.22, $1.23, and if you go back to the daily chart, let's see where that lines up with. $1.23 lines up with kind of the bottom of this candle and the top of this candle. So that's previous chart resistance. It has history of being active near this level. You can see it opened up at this level on this huge green candle, and on this day, on the 25th of September, it got stopped out at that level. So it's a very well-known previous chart resistance. So that's a really key level to hold. And you can see yesterday, when it had almost no volume, it tried to break over that level, but the sellers just held it down right below it, so it just faded back down. But today, we had a very nice action in the open. This is what I want you to focus on whenever you're looking for a stock to play. This is the ideal pattern. This is how you're going to get the most profits, and this is how you can really just trade for an hour a day, lock in your profits, and just go have fun. I mean, even though I didn't place a trade today, I didn't see any trades that I could have placed, so I just took the day off, and I was able to drive a Lamborghini Gallardo. That was really fun. It was a Lamborghini Gallardo. It was a gated shifter. It was a 2006, and man, that thing sounds amazing. That's on my list for one of my dream cars. One of my cars was the Huracan, but the Gallardo just sounds so much better, and it's just so much more raw. Like the Huracan's really good because it's so refined, but Lamborghini is not meant to be refined. It's just raw power. And the Gallardo, man, I'm gonna get that one day. I'm gonna get that one day. I really wish I nailed this trade because it would have been some very nice profits, but I just I didn't see it in time, and when I saw it spiking, I just didn't want to chase. I'm really well disciplined as a trader, and I never want to chase. I either get my exact entry or I just don't play because there's too much risk. You know, when you have a small account, it's really important not to lose money because say you have, let's say your account size is $100. I would never recommend that, but say that your account size is $100. If you lose like 50%, you have to make 100% to get that back. So when you take a loss, it just makes it that much harder to get back up on your feet. So when you're growing a small account, you have to really focus on taking only the best of the best trades. And if you don't see the best of the best, then just don't trade and wait for the next day, wait for the next opportunity, the next press release, the next news catalyst, the next low float spiker. There's one almost every single day. There's no reason to trade until you can find your profits, because the more that you trade later in the day, the less your odds of success are, because most traders like myself, we focus on this first hour, the first 2 hours to make our profits, and then we just leave for the day. So if you're trading midday, if you're trading in the afternoon, you have less traders on your side to move this stock. And the whole reason why these stocks move, as I've explained so many times in my video lessons and my course, is it's because of traders. If there's no one around to buy, even if the news is spectacular, if no one's buying it, the stock's not going to move. So you have to really focus on technical analysis, trader psychology, understanding where people are buying and where they're selling, and be with that move. Be with the mob. Be with that wave of momentum. So with ROKA, the ideal place you could buy is the break of $1.23, because you can see once we had that level broken, we had insane volume pop up, a huge spike on up, and this went all the way up to $1.60. It got halted and went up even higher. So the thing about halts, so this kind of halt is, you call it like a circuit breaker halt. So it basically just happens automatically when the stock is moving way too fast. Whenever you have a halt like this, whenever you have a halt like this, and it happens during a morning spike that's very, very fast and volatile, usually it's gonna spike up even more after the halt is done. Now, if there's 2 halts in a row, that second halt will just stop all the momentum and it'll likely crash after that. So say you bought at $1.23 and you were stuck in that halt. I wouldn't really recommend selling right when the halt is done, because there's so many people who just want to get a piece of that move, and they're gonna buy right after the halt and they're gonna sell right away when it's higher up. So let it jump up a little bit more and then take your profits. That's how you can maximize your profits. Mainly the whole thing that I teach is you minimize your losses and maximize your profits. Let your winners run and just cut your losses as fast as you can. You don't want to get stuck holding the bag when the volume dries up. You don't want to get stuck holding your shares for too long and take a very big loss. So with me personally, I always cut my losses at around, I don't know, 2-3%, and I try to take my profits at around 10, 15, 20, 25+%. With this move, what I would have done if I was wise enough to get in, I would have bought at $1.23, and I probably would have held on until we just broke below this 10 moving average at $1.67. It's a very, very easy way to play these morning spikes, is just base it directly off of the 10 moving average. You buy the breakout and then you just hold on. Look at the price action, of course, first. See if the price action is like spiking using level 2 and just watching the volume and stuff like that. And if it's following this same trend where it just spikes on up and then goes sideways, just see and wait. Look at how it's going to react to that 10 moving average, and if it crashes below, just sell right there, take your profits. You got the maximum amount of the move. If you played it like that, you would have gone $1.23 over to, probably you would have sold right here, $1.66. That's 35% in 13 minutes. And these spikes happen almost every single day. Usually they're happened by news, and whenever it happens with news, it usually spikes up even further. It just depends what the news is. There's a lot of variables. The float size, you can see here, the float's 1.69 million, so that's a very, very low float, meaning it is able to spike really easily. You can see the volume is 7.1 million. So what that means is that the float rotated at least 3 times. Means that there's a lot of liquidity. A lot of traders are just flipping these shares over and over and over again, meaning it can really have room to run. So that's how I would have played ROKA. Now I did see this stock hitting my scanners at like $1.35, but I just didn't want to chase it, and I wasn't really focusing on the chart pattern too much. I was just way too concerned about, okay, I don't want to place a trade that's not favorable. So of course, looking back, hindsight's 20/20. That's always the case. When you look back, you say, oh man, I should have bought it there because it kept on going. But when you're in the moment and you have real money on the line, you can't rationalize moves like that. You have to base it off of support, resistance, and technical analysis. And at the time that I saw it, it was spiking up, yes, but I didn't want to chase it and buy the top. So I just sat back and watched. So I didn't place a trade on ROKA. The rest of the day, it just kind of faded. Had support at this $1.50 level. I was thinking about dip buying it, but I just didn't really want to touch it just because had no news. So it was purely like a hype play, and those work the best in the morning spike, as you can tell. So I didn't want to play it. Cracked down, found support, bounced back up, but I don't really like playing this action because it's just so unpredictable. Next, I want to talk about BONT. This is the second one I'm going to talk about. This is a recent runner. It's a very big runner. They had news yesterday about some sort of like financing deal, which lets them have more product during the holiday season. You can see the spike from 0.32 and it ended yesterday at 62 cents, so almost 100% spike, and today it gapped up even further and it spiked all the way up to $1.34. So it's a very, very big runner. If you played this yesterday somehow and you held all through this move and sold at the very top, you would be up over, where is it, 300%. But that never really happens because it's really hard to predict the very bottom and top. However, the morning action today, like I said, I wasn't able to watch it in the morning, so I didn't watch it. But I did see this nice pattern start to form in this area, and I was thinking, okay, if we can hold this support line and we can break out right here, that's a very nice spike. We could see a high day breakout right here. You can buy this breakout as long as there's volume, hold through the breakout of the high of day, be super well positioned for this move, and sell into the spike. That's one of my favorite plays to do. But you can see the flag broke down, found support at the pre-market high, so that's a very, very good sign. And you can see if we just had this line drawn all the way out, once we broke that line down here, we had a very nice surge in volume, and this spiked up from 92 cents to $1.20. So you could have made 34%, or I'm sorry, 28% in around 14 minutes. You could have also played this. You could play this micro pullback right here. You can see this double top and then this consolidation. We have a double bottom right here, and then it's raising up. Once we break that descending trend line on volume, you can see volume is always the key. You can buy that breakout, you can buy the high of day if you want to be very cautious, and just you scalp it for 10 cents. Nice 10 cent, 12 cent move. So that is BONT. Very nice wedge play right here. The key thing to look for whenever you're playing a wedge is low stochastics. Right before the breakout, it should have very low volume. When the breakout happens, a large explosion of volume should happen, and tight Bollinger Bands, and of course holding support. So there's BONT. I want to talk about CAPR because I saw a lot of people in my chat room talking about CAPR, and I would never recommend playing a stock like this. Whenever you have a stock that has a huge pre-market gap up and it just fails at the market open, that means there's a lot of shorts shorting it, and it does not have that high of a chance of bouncing. It's going to stay down most likely. And if we look at the yearly chart, I always recommend Before you buy stock, look at the yearly chart. See what its behavior is. See what its personality is like. If we look back, here we had two large gap ups, but you can see they both fell red on the day. They both fell. So it gapped up, probably on news like today was, but it just fell on its face. It just sold off all day. So I see that, and I'm way less likely to want to buy a potential morning spike. And also, if we look at the daily chart, I gotta fix my chart here. Not the daily chart, I mean the intraday chart. If we look at the intraday chart on the 1 minute, you can see there's obvious resistance here at a nice round number of $3. So you can see we spiked up pre-market, we hit that $3 level, dipped back down, made a lower high. That's a bearish sign. I bet lots of shorts jumped in right here, and then we just opened up and we just had a huge amounts of selling right here, an absolutely enormous amounts of selling, and then it just fell all the way down. So I would never want to play that. I was saying in my chat room, see if we can have any volume come in, but you can see there was no volume. When you compare the volume in the morning to the afternoon, it's nothing. And that's why I really tell my students, focus on the 1 hour and the first maybe hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, because that's where the most volume is. And volume brings liquidity, and it brings people to read the price action and play off of the same breakouts, same dip buys, same moving averages, same Bollinger Bands. And it really makes a technical analysis work. When you are trying to use if you're trying to use technical analysis on a stock that has no volume, I can almost guarantee you there's probably only 2, maybe 3 other people who are seeing the same patterns as you. Whereas on a play like ROKA, on the morning spike, I can jeez, what's going on? I can almost guarantee that at the break of 123, there was probably 10,000 traders who saw that and bought because of that breakout, and that's why it spiked up so much. So that's basically it. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and make sure you hit that notification button as well, so you are notified whenever I release a video. If you want to join my chat room, link is down below. If you want to get half off of my lifetime mentorship, the offer is going to be gone forever. October 31st, I will never do a half off deal again. So if you want to take advantage, do it now. And yeah, you get lifetime access to my course. It's over 10 hours long, being added to as we speak. Lifetime access to my live alerts and voice chat. Lifetime access to my Q&A webinars that I will be setting up soon, and so much more. If you take the mentorship, I'm going to track all your trades. You can send me your watch list. You can tell me what stocks you want to trade, and I'll give you just constant feedback and help you become a better trader, and really just help you think like a day trader. Day traders base their moves off of volume and volatility, because that's where you know that other traders are there as well. You, like, say you want to play a stock like, I don't know, HGEN, 109 trades. Okay, let's look at HGEN. I can bet you there's almost no real pattern. Yeah, look at this chart. It's disgusting. There's no pattern. Let's look at EFOI. I bet you it's disgusting. There's no pattern. Focus on liquid stocks, focus on volatile stocks, and focus on those very simple plays that I teach you guys in my course. I will see you guys in the chat room tomorrow. I'm not able to make my watch lists at night because my E-Trade Pro has this weird thing where if you look at the charts after 9 p.m., you can't see the action of that day. It's really weird. I've been contacting them about it, and they're trying to get it fixed, but don't know what's going on. So I'm going to be making my watch list in the morning now. I'll be up in my chat room an hour and a half before the market opens. So if you want to get in, like I said, the links are down below. All I ask is a name and email, and then I'll send you the link. So end it on that note, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.